Tinkering with a model train, tweaking this and adjusting that, it's not an unusual hobby for someone enjoying their retirement years.
Pulls out.
But for 80-year-old Frank Ilguth, this is much more than just a hobby.
It's my life. If you look at Google's and Frank Ilguth, the inventor, you'll know why. I have several patents on other things.
And it's true. He has an idea that would stop theft from mailboxes, but that's not really his focus. For the past 35 years, Frank has been working on the Transcontinental Monorail Shuttle Express. His wife, Sophia, is supportive, but acknowledges that his invention is also an obsession.
He can't rest. It's constantly in his mind. His mind is like a machine. It keeps on going and going.
That's the main shuttle car, and here you notice that there.
Frank was inspired by a statement from the David Suzuki Foundation. He heard that aviation growth is a risk to our planet. Frank says his Transcontinental Monorail Shuttle Express will not only save the planet from the impact of international flight, but it's safer than air travel.
The train here will never get sabotaged as far as the whole plane goes to the ground. What normally would stop all air traffic, this train will, for the most part, not even slow down during bad weather.
His train travels at least 200 miles an hour. How it's fueled will be left up to the engineers. It will carry more than 500 passengers that will get on and off without the train stopping. It will slow down to about 35 miles per hour for passenger exchanges, but it won't stop. And the secret to that is in the details.
When it gets off the end of the shuttle rail, then it comes down this hill, riding on the...
Frank has been pitching his idea to anyone who will listen, and while most don't take the time to hear him out, he did receive some positive feedback from an engineering firm in Norway several years ago.
These will certainly give our airline some competition. Frank, you may experience some problem promoting your train. Your mechanical technology is 100 years ahead of our time.
The mechanical technology of this train is available free of charge to anybody that wants to use it. For example, Via Rail is known in Canada as a railroad company, and if they wanted to build it, they just connect me and I'll give them the whole thing for nothing.
Frank was born in Norway into a musical family. His father was a composer and his music was played for the king. Frank is well aware of the power that music has on the mind, and it helped him when he hit walls in designing his train. He lived in Minnesota at the time.
I sit back and relax, and I put on Franz Liszt. I had this record, and the music is beautiful, and I got caught up into it. And it elevated me, I don't understand it, and not for bragging, but I was so pleased. It elevated my thinking.
It was in that musical session that Frank came up with the King Post, the motorized cradle car and movable shuttle rails, and other core elements that make the Transcontinental Monorail Express feasible. Frank probably won't see his invention realized, but he's not giving up. He just wants to be heard, to get his design into the right hands, and to help save the world. In Nanaimo, I'm Kate Bergen.